Good morning, welcome, hello AI user. My name is Bianca, and despite growing up black and broke in the United States, I have traveled to 24 different countries. Last year, my husband and I left the United States to live abroad as digital nomads. Since we are digital nomads, I know my voice keep cutting out like this. I'm like throat chakra. What's going on? Last year, me and my husband left the United States to live abroad as digital nomads. So since we are nomads, that means we don't officially have a home. We move around from place to place. We're currently in the U.S. visiting. We visited the U.S. This is our third visit to the U.S. since we left last year. So last year, like I said, we got on a one-way flight to Brazil, and since that was February 4th. We got on a one-way flight to Brazil. And then since then, we also went to Spain, Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, Indonesia, Panama, Colombia, Mexico. I feel like I'm missing a couple. But you know, we've been around the block, okay, since last year. Like I said, we're digital nomads, so we move around. And one thing that I've been wanting to try for a long time was house sitting. So I signed up with a company called Trusted House Sitters. I've actually done 7 house sits with them. I've done 1 international. That one was in Mexico. I have more information about that on my profile. And yeah, I'm gonna be talking about how you can land your first international house sit. I'll talk about how Trusted House Sitters work. I'll answer your questions, etc. Let's go ahead and get into it. Between Texas and Arizona. Okay, so I was kind of right. I said Southwest. Are you helping people rent homes abroad? I am not. I live in Cartagena, Colombia. Love Colombia. What do you recommend for people who haven't officially sat for anyone and don't have reviews or pictures? That's a great question, and that's actually going to be that's going to be on my list. So stay tuned. I lived in Roma Norte in Mexico City. Oh, I love Mexico City as well. Mexico, Colombia, like Thailand. Those are like my top 3 favorite countries. So I'm here for it. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. So let me know, yes or no in the comments. Who has heard of Trusted House Sitters? Drop the word yes in the comments if you have heard of Trusted House Sitters. Drop the word no in the comments if you have never heard of Trusted House Sitters. And I said this before, but I'll just reiterate, y'all, for anybody who does not like pets, I say this because like people will be like, oh my God, I want a house sit. And then like, they'll be like, oh, well, I don't like dogs. Or they'll be like, well, I have allergies and I can't. And I'm like, okay, like, why are you here? So, you know, just kind of putting that out there. If you don't like animals, this is not the live for you, because this is about people who are willing to take care of pets all over the world. Okay, so I see it. Yes, heard about it from me, period. Signed up but never did it. What? We can't be out here paying for stuff we're not using. We can't be out here doing that, okay? But I have heard other people say that they signed up and never used it. I'm like, y'all, come on. Sorry, not for me. No worries. You know, come to the next live. See you later. Thank you for joining. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the tips. No, hold on. No, let me rewind. Let me talk about Trusted House Sitters because some of you guys have never done it. Trusted House Sitters is a platform, website, app, company, and they've been around for more than a decade. And basically, they match pet parents who need someone to come into their home and care for their home, care for their pets, sometimes care for their plants. They are looking for people who can come in their home while they are doing whatever, okay, while they're not going to be there. So you can sign up for Trusted House Sitters as a pet parent, or you can sign up as a pet sitter. So I'm going to be talking about signing up as a pet sitter, right? Someone who's going to actually go and house sit for someone, not someone who's going to list their house and their pets, etc. So, like I said, Trusted House Sitters have been around for like 10 years. It worked more than 10 years. There are house sits all over the world, like literally all over the world. And if you're on my email list, you know, I'll be sending them out. I'll be showing y'all, you know, available house sits in Thailand and Dubai and Mexico and Costa Rica and Puerto Rico and Jamaica and Malaysia and South Africa. Like there are literally house sits everywhere all over the world. So if you are someone, and y'all know like I'm a budget travel girly, okay? So if you are someone who wants to travel, but you're like, you know what, Bianca, I'm not gonna lie, all these overpriced hotels, all these expensive ass Airbnbs, like it's hard out here for a pimp sometime, okay? Like I don't want to have to drop $1,000. I don't want to have to drop $2,000 just for somewhere to stay, on top of the flight, on top of food experiences, etc. So this is the live for you. Like I said, I've done 7 different house sits before, and I've done one international, and I know I got some more. I've actually, there's a couple that I'm planning on applying for, now. But the really cool thing about Trusted House Sitters is that you only pay one annual fee. So I do have the link for them in my bio. And by the way, for those of you who are live, so I'm already doing a bonus for anybody who signs up for, don't do that. Okay. For anybody who signs up for a paid membership for Trusted House Sitters, I'm already doing a bonus where I'm going to give you my budget travel masterclass as a bonus. Y'all don't sleep on this, because I have never, ever given out my abroad on a budget masterclass. Okay. Never, ever. And the masterclass is in my bio as well. But for anybody who signs up by tomorrow, I'm going to send you that bonus. But for anybody who signs up while I'm live, because y'all know I love me an action taker, I'm going to also give you my first time traveler toolkit. So if you are also somebody who's a little bit new to travel, you want like the airport tips, you want to know like different things that you can do to prepare as someone who is a travel newbie, then definitely take advantage of this deal while I'm live. All you have to do is get one of the paid Trusted House Sitters, like whatever level you want. And then once you have it, just send your receipt to Bianca@BiancaLynch.com. And my email address is in my stand store as well, so don't feel like you gotta, go write that down. Free travel tip, get a carbon dioxide detector. I don't travel with those, but I mean, okay, sure. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into the 4 tips. Like I said, as any other questions come up for y'all, feel free to drop them in the comments for me. Please don't forget to double tap, y'all. Whether you're just coming in to, see what's popping for a second, double tap while you in here. If you're gonna be hanging out with me, please double tap the screen. Please don't just sit there, because like I said, it means a lot to us creators. It's hard out here for a creator trying to get seen in these algorithm streets, so I appreciate it. I'm a newbie here from South Carolina, interested. Let's get it. South Carolina, that's where my mom's family is from. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get into the tips. So the first tip in terms of like how to land your first international house sit fast is to have a really great profile. So someone over here asked about pictures. So this is going to be really important. If you're interested in signing up for Trusted House Sitters, you need to start getting your animal pics ASAP. So as someone who, had a dog, I already had a lot of photos of me and my dog, my dog nephew, Romeo, as well as my mom's dog, Layla. So I already had a lot of photos. So I used some of those on my profile. Now, if you don't have those, y'all just go get some. If you don't have a pet, let me know yes or no in the comments. Put yes if you already have a pet. Put no if you don't have a pet. Thank y'all so much for double tapping. I'm just curious, who in here already has a pet? Let me actually pull up my profile too. Okay, I see it. No, okay, so if you don't have a pet, do you know somebody who got a pet? You know somebody who got a dog or a cat or a bearded dragon or a bird or a ferret or whatever, okay? I'm assuming even if you don't have your own, that you know someone who has one. Y'all, I am not kidding you. Go to their house and take a selfie with their pet. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, people, I'm not saying it's impossible for you to get chosen, but I'm saying look at it from their perspective, right? If I list my house, if I list a sit for my house and 5 people apply, and out of those, let's say 3 to keep it simple, out of those 3 people, 2 people have photos on their profiles of them smiling and stuff with animals versus someone who doesn't. Who do you think I'm gonna be more likely to choose? Okay. Again, I'm not saying that it will be impossible for you to be chosen without one. It's going to depend on the sit. It'll depend on the demand. Are they getting a lot of applications? But I would recommend trying to get pictures with animals. If you don't have a friend, a cousin, a family member that has a pet, go to a pet store. I remember I used to do this just for my own therapy. I would go to this pet store that wasn't too far from my house just to play with the puppies. I should do that again ASAP while I'm here. Anyways, go do that. I got photos in my phone of dogs that ain't even mine, okay? Also, if you have traveled and you have ever done anything involving animals, that could be a great example. So for or that can be another great way that you can get photos of you near around animals, right? It doesn't have to be oh, this is my specific pet. Get creative, okay? Like, go to a park and take a photo of a squirrel behind you. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, whenever it comes to your profile, having photos with animals is going to build a level of trust in the pet parent, in the host, because they're going to be like, you're going to show them, hey, I actually do like animals. So other examples, when me and my husband were in Bali, we went to a monkey sanctuary. So whenever I first started my profile, I think I must still have that photo up there actually. Whenever I first started my profile, like I had a photo up there of me, a photo of me, and there was like a monkey behind me. Whenever me and my husband were in Thailand, we went to an elephant sanctuary. So I have a photo up there with me standing near an elephant. Whenever I was in Thailand, I also went to, I'm about to show y'all this. Hold on. The problem is I want to turn my phone around, but like I be so stressed out with this tripod. I'm just like, I really don't want to take it down. I really don't. But I also want to show out my profile. My iPad is getting on my nerve right now. And whenever I was in Thailand, I went to a corgi cafe. A corgi is a type of dog, for those of you who don't know. So if you look at my profile, like I have photos of me with different animals. So like I said, if you have a pet, obviously great. If you don't, find somebody who has a pet. If you don't know anybody who has a pet, go to a pet shop and take photos with animals. I would obviously try not to take photos with animals like in cages. Like that's, a little bit more precarious. I mean, where you could actually, because you can maybe caption your photo like, yeah, sometimes I just like to visit the pet store. But the idea is you want to show people that you like animals. Okay. Let me see. Oh, y'all, I'm about to cry because I know this thing is already about to make me mad. All right. I'm gonna flip my camera around. Oops, there we go. Okay, y'all, so this is my profile. This is the first photo that shows up on my profile. These are not my dogs. These are not my dogs, okay? Can y'all see this, by the way? Drop yes in the comments if y'all can see this. This is a photo of me at a corgi cafe in Thailand. Again, not my dogs. Y'all, that's another idea. Y'all, animal cafes are a thing. Look up animal cafes around you. People have cat cafes, dog cafes. I've seen chinchilla cafes, okay? This is another example. Let's see some other photos I have. This is me and Romeo. So this is my dog nephew. This is a cat from a house sit that I did. So I actually had to add this photo. I couldn't add this photo until after I actually had a house sit because I didn't have any photos with me and a cat. This is my husband. So as you can see, my profile is Bianca and Melvin because me and my husband typically house sit together. So this is my husband with my mom's dog, Layla. This is, y'all, I went to my godson's birthday party. I don't know if you can see that. This is a bearded dragon. I went to my godson's birthday party and they had a bearded dragon there. So this is a photo of me holding a bearded dragon. Here is me and my mom's dog, Layla, again. This is me and Romeo again. This is what I was talking about with the monkey sanctuary in Bali. Y'all, this is a monkey. So like, this obviously ain't my monkey, right? This is not my pet monkey, but you can see I am showing that I love animals. And here's us in the in the elephant sanctuary in Thailand. So here are some specific photo examples. This is also me. I put this photo up here because before Trusted House Sitters, I did not have a lot of experience with big dogs. So I wanted to put this photo up here to show that, like, hey, because before I only had photos of small dogs. So I added this up here because I wanted to show that I had experience with bigger dogs as well. And then that's the same dog as the previous photo, but then this is me and Mel. Oh, not me and Mel, but this is my husband. So again, like you can have variety in your photos. Like, variety is good. But the thing to consider is that, you want it to look like you really love animals, right? Like, if you don't love dogs, you probably not gonna have no dog lying on your lap like this, okay? But me and my husband, we do love dogs. So, this is it. And the other thing to keep in mind is that whenever you're doing house sits, you do have to ask permission to get content of their animals. Let me also put that out there. And then this is just a photo. Actually, I thought I took this photo down, but this is just a photo of me and Mel in Bali, just kind of showing that we're like adventurous or whatever. So not every photo of you has to have an animal in it. Show your personality, okay? Like, if you love to read, maybe you have a photo of you in a book. If you love to take walks, maybe you're out in nature. If you love the beach, like take an inappropriate. I mean, don't be posting those skimpy bikini photos, okay? But, you know, like, show your personality. Like, these people, because the thing is, people are going to be attracted to that, right? And I think that's one reason why we actually get a lot of travelers whenever, because, you know, some people might just be like, oh, we're going to go visit our parents, right? We're just going to fly to Louisiana or whatever to visit our family. But I know the light makes a difference, but I'm halfway from being like that light because it really be making me angry. But yeah, I think that's one reason why we get a lot of travelers, because thank y'all for all the hearts. I appreciate y'all. That's one reason that we get a lot of travelers, because our profile, like, that's what we are attracting. And listen, if you are new to travel, if you haven't traveled that much, that's okay, because like that's our personality, right? That's our personality right now. It's okay if that's not yours. Like, you don't need to try to be nobody else. But drop the word yes in the comments if y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. Whenever I say, like, you know, you want your photos to showcase who you are, and you want your photos to showcase the fact that you love animals, okay? So this is going to be the number. So I'm giving out 4 specific tips today. We're still on tip number 1. I gotta hurry up. I said it was going to be a 30-minute live. I think I've already been on here like 20 minutes and I've gotten through 1 tip. Okay, so number 1 is going to be to set up a great profile. So you have your photos. They're also going to ask you about your experience. Y'all, I had a lot of imposter syndrome around this whenever I first started this, because and then the light died. You know what? I don't care. It is what it, y'all can still see me, right? This is the best I can do. It is like so dark in my sister's house all the time down here. But yeah, so you want to, no, that's not what I was saying. I was saying that I didn't have a lot of like house sitting experience beforehand. So I just really focused on like caring for like my sister's pet, caring for like my mom's, you know, whatever. Y'all, like, I'm not telling you to lie, okay? Don't lie. But I'm saying, if you have any animal experience, then, you know, put it up there. And if you don't, you know, you can also be honest about that, right? Like, you can be like, you know, I don't have experience specific to house sitting, but, you know, insert other things that you have done. Or, you know, you could just be like, I love animals and, you know, I really want to, you know, whatever it is, right? Like I said, be honest about it. But you do want to consider, like, what would you want if somebody was going to come stay in your house and take care of your animal? So you have your experience, and then you also have the about me, right? So mine is like, so I'll read you mine. So mine says, my camera roll is probably my biggest testimony to how much we love animals, from being a dog aunt to what I promise you is the cutest chihuahua in the world. Us always seeking animal encounters across the globe, whale watching, monkey sanctuaries. Melvin and I absolutely adore animals. I'm not going to read the whole thing because I don't want to read to y'all. But you can see, like, I put my personality into that, right? We are a married couple who recently left North Carolina to travel the world, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Did you say the website? It's in my bio, Nikia. It's called Trusted House Sitters. And there's a link in my bio with a 25% off referral. Did somebody ask a question earlier? If you have a pet, can you take your pet with you on sits? I would say rule of thumb is no. However, I have seen sits that have said, like, small dogs welcome, or, you know, if you have a pet that you want to bring, then that's something that we can discuss. But I would say the rule of thumb is no. So if you will need to bring a pet with you, like, all the time, I wouldn't sign up for Trusted House Sitters, because, like I said, it's going to be such a very, very small amount of house sits that will allow you to bring your own pets. And don't forget, y'all, for anybody who signs up by tomorrow, I'm going to give you my budget travel masterclass for free. Okay, I'm giving that as a bonus. And if you do it while I'm live, then I'm going to also send you my first time traveler toolkit for all of the travel newbies. So if y'all are considering doing this, obviously the link lives in my bio. You can sign up anytime. But if you sign up today, you get those 2 bonuses. So, or if you sign up while I'm live, you get those 2 bonuses. So just make sure you keep that in mind. And you do have to let me know if you sign up, okay? So if you sign up, I will need you to send me like a screenshot or whatever of your receipt to bianca@biancalynch.com. And that, and my email address is in my bio. And if you forget, you can always just send me a DM. Okay, so number 1 was to have a great profile, okay? Number 2 is going to be to start applying ASAP. Y'all, start applying to Trusted House Sitters ASAP. For those of you, y'all, it's about to be July, okay? It's about to be July. If you would love to get a house sit in before 2025, you need to sign up yesterday. Because the sooner you sign up, first of all, like it's not hard to sign up, but there is a process. First of all, they're going to do a background check. You know, those things, they don't take long, but at the end of the day, it's time, right? They are going to do a background check. You're going to need to actually create your profile, and then you're going to need to start applying to sits as soon as possible. So again, if you want to take a trip this year, and it's not like just because you apply, you're guaranteed, right? Like, so if you want to take a trip this year, obviously the sooner you sign up, the sooner you can get the experience. And another reason you want to get the experience is because you want to get, in my opinion, you want to get the feel of it before you just go abroad, okay? Has anybody here ever house sat before? Just in general. Put yes or no in the comments. Yes if you have ever house sat, and no if you have not. I actually did house sit once, which is funny because back then I didn't know anything about Trusted House Sitters. I did house sit for a friend of mine in Florida for a cat. Oops, excuse me. Okay, perfect. I did house sit for a friend of mine in Florida for her cat in 2021, and I ended up using that. So, and for those of you who are saying yes, amazing. Make sure you put that in your experience. But yeah, so you want to start applying ASAP, because the sooner you start applying, hey, Florida in the house, the sooner you start applying, obviously, the sooner you're going to be able to land your international house sit. And I don't know about y'all, like, listen, some people, whenever it comes to travel, they're a little bit more spontaneous. My lifestyle, I've booked a lot of last minute trips in these last like 1 or 2 years. But for some of you, you know, you want a little bit more time in advance, and there's nothing wrong with that. But keep in mind, if that is something that's important to you, then you want to start applying ASAP. So am I getting experience? The other thing I want to point out is once you sign up for Trusted House Sitters, y'all, start applying to local house sits. Apply to local house sits. Because when you start local, there are a few things. Number one, you're going to get the feel of Trusted House Sitters you're going to get a feel of Trusted House Sitters in a more comfortable environment, right? Like if you're doing this for the first time, if you're already in, I don't know what part of Florida you're in, let's just say you're in Jacksonville. If you're already in Jacksonville, Florida, it's going to feel a lot less nerve-wracking to be doing your first house sit in Jacksonville, Florida, right? Like if you still have, you know, like your car, you're not too far from your home, you're not somewhere where you don't speak the language, right? It's going to help build up your confidence and your comfort zone if you start while you are local. The other reason, which is going to get me to number 3, the third tip, is that the more of these house sits that you do, the sooner you can rack up reviews. Y'all, we all love a referral. We all love a review. Okay, drop the word review in the comments if you be shopping on Amazon looking at reviews. Drop the word review in the comment if whenever you are, whenever you want to buy something, you might ask your friends or family, like, hey, has anybody had this? Like, we love referrals. We love to see that somebody else is co-signing, right? Somebody else is like, yeah, that's good, go with it. That's the same for people who are pet parents. If you're going to allow somebody to come into your home, of course you want to see like, oh, other people have vouched for these people before. And so the other thing about getting signed up for Trusted House Sitters ASAP is that once you are signed up, before you can even apply, you have to get 2, I think they call them character reviews. So they do not have to be house sit reviews, right? It doesn't have to be anyone who you have house sat with before, but it does have to be somebody who is willing to be like, hey, this person is not a piece of shit, okay? It needs to be someone who's going to be able to say like, hey, I know this person, they're a great person, I 100% trust them, whatever it is. So mine, I did 3. You only have to do 2, but I did 3. I did 1. 1 was the house sit that I did in Florida for my friend. 1 was just another friend of mine who like, I've like stayed at her house before and she has a dog, I've like walked her dog. And then the third one was a friend of mine in New York. We have nothing pet related at all, but she still wrote me a great review. Let me actually see if they're on here. I mean, I know they're on here, but these aren't the ones though. Oh, no, yeah. So they call them references, right? So I have 3 of them. So like Christina, She said, I've had the pleasure of like living with Bianca as a housemate. So if you've had like a past roommate, right? Like even if there are not any pets involved, if you stayed at anybody's house, if there's anybody that can vouch for you taking care of an animal, you taking care of a house, that's ideal. But even if you don't have that, that's okay. But you will just need to have some character references. So this is why I say you want to get signed up ASAP, because the sooner you sign up, the sooner you can get all these little profile things checked off and you can start applying. So again, going back to doing the local house, that you're going to get the experience and you're going to be able to get those reviews up. So that's number 3, is get as many reviews as you can. Okay. We've done 7 house sits. Okay. 7. And we've only had 1 international house sit. So you can see, like, me and my husband, even though we've been doing this, we are still racking up reviews. And I'm telling you, y'all, it makes a difference. The last house sit that we did last week, they didn't even, so like normally people want to like FaceTime us beforehand, or they'll be like, oh, hey, can you come over like beforehand? They didn't even want that. They were just like, oh my God, you guys seem like such a sweet couple. I love that you have such great reviews. I saw people were complimenting you on this and that. Like, once you start racking up these reviews, like, people will start choosing you over other people easily. Okay, easily. So this is why you want to do, I would say minimum two local house sits before. I mean, you can still apply, but I mean, I would prioritize getting 2 local house sits while you, like, essentially like right after you sign up. And the thing about getting good reviews is you need to do a great job. You need to make sure you're a great communicator, okay? Like, you want to be updating the pet parents. Not everybody, but a lot of people will, let me get some water, hold on. Thank y'all for the hearts, by the way. Please keep double tapping. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, a lot of people will ask for like daily updates. They'll want to see like a photo of like their dog or cat. You know, that they'll want to know like what's going on. So make sure that you are a good communicator and that you are responsive, okay? You're sending them fun photos. You are, hello Lady T, you just signed onto the platform. Where, on TikTok? You want to make sure that you are constantly staying in communication with the pet parent. These are the kind of things that are going to get you good reviews. Make sure you leave their home. Family Travel 5, hello. Trusted House Sitters. Hey, let's get it. Did you sign up? You signed up through my referral? Or did you do the paid, or did you do the free? So anybody can go and create a free account and browse. Let me put that out there. Like, you can still use the link in my bio to create a free account, because that's exactly how you start off. But once you upgrade, once you do a paid one, that's when I'm going to send you the bonus. So, oh, you did it last week. Oh, period. Have you started applying yet? Did you already go through like the background check and everything? You paid for it. Did you use my referral? Or are you just saying like you just found it through somebody else? I'm only asking because I want to make sure you get your bonus. I keep losing my train of thought. Oh yeah, I was talking about getting the good reviews. So in order to get, they approved it. Amazing. So in order to get good reviews, you just want to make sure that you are doing a great job. And you'll get the vibe of the pet parent like when you talk to them, but just making sure, like I said, like you're showing initiative, you're communicating, you're keeping them updated on their pets, and you're showing them that you're having a great time with their pets. And make sure you leave their house the way that you found it, okay? Like, I mean, I shouldn't have to say this, but like do a great job. If you're not gonna do a great job, don't sign up. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. And then number 4 is going to be to know your budget, okay? Know your budget whenever you are wanting to apply for international house sits. And this is one reason why I'm doing the bonus where I'm giving away the budget travel masterclass, because in the masterclass, I share with you the top travel destinations that are going to cost you the least amount of money, since you make USD, right? Like, if you're using US dollar, which I assume you are, if you are watching this live. In the budget travel masterclass, I show you how to find the best flight deals, okay? In the budget travel masterclass, I show you like all these different travel hacks to keep your entire trip under $1,000, and that's with accommodations. So imagine if you do Trusted House Sitters, you can hack that, okay? You can go to France, Mexico, Costa Rica, and keep your entire trip under $500, $700 if you learn how to travel on a budget, which I teach you how to do in the masterclass. So for anybody who signs up for Trusted House Sitters for a paid version with my referral, by tomorrow, I will send you that class for free. But if you get it while I'm live in the next few minutes, because I'm about to get off of here, if you get it while I'm live, I'm going to also send you my first time traveler toolkit. And so as far as like knowing your budget, you know, think about how much money you want to spend. Okay, perfect. Like Thailand and Vietnam. That's a great example. Thailand and Vietnam are both very much budget travel destinations. So set up alerts. You can, on the platform, you can have them email you whenever a new house sit pops up in a new country or in a new city, okay? I think you could even do a state. I'm pretty sure you can do, I've never done a state before. I mean, a state would just be the US, because other countries don't use like states per se. But you can set up alerts. So know your budget, and I would pick like 10 countries. Yes, 10 countries that you want to go to, and go set up alerts so that you can be alerted for these. I plan to be over there for a while. You might as well. I mean, if you're going to Asia, definitely make it worth your while. And if you are going somewhere like Asia, maybe you don't have a house sit the entire time, but even if, let's say you're gonna go to Asia for 2 weeks and you have a house sit that's like 6 days, that's still 6 nights that you don't have to pay for accommodation. So it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can make it flexible. So those are the 4 tips that I have. Does anybody have any other questions before I hop off of here? And like I said, for anybody who joins while I'm live, you're going to get those 2 bonuses. So y'all, if you're thinking about it, ask your questions. Like, I'm right here to answer. Like, don't be sitting over there like, oh, I want to do this, but what? Ask me your questions. If you're having challenges, if you have concerns, like, this is why I'm doing this live, because I've been running this promo and I've had people reaching out to me via email. I've had people reaching out to me, via the DMs. So like, I'm here to be a resource for you. This seems like the best solution to making USD. But yeah, I mean, if you don't want to have to pay for the accommodations, for sure. Should I do a local? Yeah, Lady T, yeah, that's what I was saying before, is like, absolutely do local house sits before, so that you can get to know trusted house sitters, you can see how it works, and so you can rack up on those reviews, because whenever you rack up on those reviews, you're going to make it a lot more likely that you can land more house sits, whether they are local or abroad. How much on average should we expect to make from international house sitting? It's not paid, okay? Like, going to sign up now. Let's get it. Trusted House Sitters is not paid. They do not pay you. Okay. So the way that I look at it is, the payment is that you don't have to pay for accommodation. So if you want to spend a week in Spain and you decide to plan your trip, you are going to have to go to Spain and actually stay in a hotel, an Airbnb, a vacation rental, like whatever it is. That's something you're going to have to pay for. If you find a house sit in Spain, now you just pay for your flight and like your food and whatever it is you decide to do there. But now you're taking away that cost. So you do not get paid. Now, I have seen some house sits that do offer a stipend, but the reason I don't bring that up is because it's so rare. Like, honestly, I've only seen that once, and I've been on Trusted House Sitters since August of last year. So, wow, almost a year, and I didn't even realize that. That's still fire. You're vacationing for, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all, I spent 18 nights in Mexico in this stupid nice apartment, and I have a video on my page. There's a playlist on my page here on TikTok for Trusted House Sitters, where I have some videos, and then on my YouTube channel I have more longer videos like these, so like it's a little bit more in depth. So continue to do your research, continue to ask questions. What's a good budget to take to Asia? That's really broad T. Like, I mean, Asia, like, girl, that's an entire continent. Like, what? we gotta narrow that down. Like, where are you going in Asia? How long are you staying? What do you want to do? It's not really a one and done. Like, Southeast Asia is going to be the least expensive. If you are just talking about day to day, I mean, honestly, you could go that's better than paying Airbnb. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, Vietnam and Thailand, I mean, I was in Vietnam for a month and I was in Thailand for 9 weeks. And I think, like, whenever I was in Vietnam, me and my husband, like, we were there for a full month and we did not spend even $1,000 for a full month. Like, I mean, it's so inexpensive. But again, you have to ask yourself, what do you want to do? Are you going to be trying to do like all the touristy stuff every single day? I would say if you wanted to do, like, I'm trying to think, like, let's say like 7 days, let's say 10 days. 10 days, Vietnam or Thailand. Honestly, to me, like $500 is plenty. Unless you are someone who like you want to party every single day. Like I said, you want to be doing like the high price, like if you're trying to like be getting on boats and going to islands, like that was the most expensive thing we did in Asia, is we did the PP Islands, and that was $100. That was the most expensive thing. So that cost us $200 for me and my husband. But like other than that, like y'all, like I said, you would not said I'm 44 now. But yeah, I think like $500 just for like food experiences and stuff to do, like that would be plenty. God bless. Thank you. What places do you recommend as first stops for comfort, fun, and affordability? Are you talking about with trusted house sitters? And do you like, well, how well traveled are you? That would be like my question to you before I like recommend a couple of places. Like, are you a travel newbie? Are you already pretty well traveled? If anybody else has any questions, drop them in the comments, because I'm about to be off of here, y'all. I've done domestic and 2 international trips. Okay, so I would probably go somewhere like Mexico. There's so many house sits in Mexico all the time. For those of y'all who've been following me, y'all know Mexico is my favorite country. So like, I can't even talk about Mexico without smiling. I would absolutely recommend going to Mexico, because the flight is not going to be far. The flight's not going to be crazy expensive, especially if you know how to look for good flight deals, which again, I show you how to do in my budget travel masterclass. And it's, I mean, it does depend on where you go in Mexico. Like, I'm not going to sit here and, you know, act like every part of Mexico is the same. But as far as like comfort, fun, and affordability, like I would definitely recommend Mexico, or maybe even like Costa Rica or like Puerto Rico. And these are places that I see house sits in a lot. I'm a newbie post-pandemic, but I've been to Europe, and yeah, and there's so many houses. I mean, y'all, Trusted House Sitters they're based out of the UK. So if you want to go to the UK, oh my God, like there are so many house sits in the UK. There might be more in the UK than there are in the US. Okay, so, and you can even do house sits in the US, right? Like outside of your state. Somebody invited me and my husband to a house sit in Florida the other day. Okay, like, Angeline, it's all good. I'm going to post it to my YouTube channel. If anybody who joined late, I'm going to post this over there. My YouTube channel is at the link in my bio if you want to go watch it. Angeline, I am doing a special for today. So for anybody who joins, Trusted House Sitters, the paid version, by tomorrow, I'm going to send my budget travel masterclass to them for free. You just got to email me a screenshot of your receipt. And if you do it while I'm live, I'm going to send you the budget travel masterclass, and I'm going to send you my first time traveler toolkit. But yeah, like if y'all want to go to the UK, like there are so many house sits over there. Oh no, I was talking about doing house sits here. So yeah, so this is another thing. Somebody can actually invite you to a house sit. And I actually want to ask this woman how she even found me, because she's like all the way in Florida. There is a woman who joined Trusted House Sitter. She learned about it from me, used my referral. Her name is Angela. She went and did a house sit in London for her first house sit. Okay, so listen, y'all, it happens. Even though she didn't have a bunch of reviews, she still got a yes for a house sit in London. So imagine if you actually do the tips that I gave you, y'all, you can be taking care of somebody's cute ass golden retriever in France, or somebody's little chihuahua in Mexico, or somebody's cat in Costa Rica. Like, you can be doing this. Like, this is 100% possible. And y'all, with my referral, Trusted House Sitters is as low as $100 a year. A year. Y'all, if you do one of these, Trusted House Sitters has paid for itself 5 times over, because where are you going to go and take a trip and pay $100 for your accommodations? Nowhere. It's not gonna happen. But yeah, like what I was gonna say about Angela is I think she's still doing the house sit right now in California. She was invited to do a month-long house sit in California. So that's an option too. Like, there are people who will actually invite you to sits. I'm not saying it happens all the time, but it does happen. Adding you on YouTube. Thank you. I'm leaving in 14 days. Leaving? Where you going? Where are you going? All right, anyway, I'm about to get off of here, y'all. Like I said, I'm gonna get this uploaded to YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get it uploaded like today, just while I got everything pulled up. So yeah, but You can slide in my DMs. You can send me an email. Costa Rica, oh, one of my favorite countries. I love Costa Rica. But yeah, send me an email if y'all have any questions about Trusted House Sitters. Like I said, take advantage of the referral. The information, the referral, it's all in my bio. For those of you who already signed up, I appreciate you. I'm excited for you. Just make sure that you email me or a screenshot of your receipt, and then I will send you those bonuses ASAP. All right, y'all, I'm getting off of here, but thank y'all for joining. Please hit follow if you have not already. And yeah, I'll catch y'all next time. This replay will be up on my YouTube today in case you missed it.